a real ad-lib. I don't know what he's talking about.
Hey, should I hide the Pepsi Zero? No, I'm putting it right there.
Well, so I was thinking now that they're not having the state championships at Hershey anymore, like they can't throw the Hershey Kisses on the field if Central wins. What are they going to throw, wrenches because it's Mechanicsburg?
Oh, there we go.
What's big in the Cove? The Cove people just show something that's Cove. How about bottles of Roaring Spring water?
How about like?
No, we should say because what if they win?
What's that ice cream place there?
Richie's.
Richie's. Let's throw ice cream.
Oh, great!
Richie's.
Now
They can throw me a gift card.
If Central wins Friday night, the news will be bottles and bottles of Roaring Spring water were pelted the field in Evansburg.
Actually,
do not throw bottles of water if you guys win.
Actually, save the ice cream and melt it when you get to Cumberland Valley.
How about gift cards from restaurants up there, like Mamie's or the Spring House Grill? Traditions. Look at this free advertising, and we want free gift cards as well.
We love you, Spring Cove.
We do. We want to talk football now.
Yeah.
Anyway. This episode is sponsored by UPMC Altoona Elite Orthopedics and the UPMC Sports Medicine Concussion Program. UPMC Altoona Elite Orthopedics and the UPMC Sports Medicine Concussion Program are proud to support youth sports across our region and proud to sponsor the 2022 High School Football Preview on the Altoona Mirror YouTube channel. To learn more about their board-certified orthopedic surgeons, their specially trained concussion management experts, and the wide range of orthopedic conditions they treat, or to schedule an appointment in one of their facilities in Hollidaysburg, Ebensburg, or Bedford, visit upmcaltoona.com/ortho or call 814-889-3600. That's 814-889-3600. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Week 15. Am I correct in saying that?
15.
Week 15 of the high school football show here at the Altoona Mirror on the YouTube TV. Can we see that behind us, Daniel? YouTube TV, which again, we keep saying this could be for the last time. Maybe it won't. Maybe we'll be together one more time. But we are here to talk high school football, playoff edition, with Michael Boydum, Andy Stein. I'm your host, Scott Franco, Dan Eisenberg behind the camera. We got two games to talk about, one main game, a big game, and that's the one Friday night, Central taking on Belle Vernon at Central Cambria High School, where the winner goes to Hershey next week. Michael, I have some names that I had talked about, that I heard about from Belle Vernon. What can you tell the folks about Belle Vernon and what Central has in front of them?
Well, they beat Avonworth last week to win the WPIAL championship, and obviously last year Central was in this same position, but they played Central Valley. Central Valley's now up a classification, 4A. So this is Central's big shot. They're back in the semifinals, a place they've been a few times now, and they're finally looking to break through. But you've heard about the running back they have. I'll let you talk about
Quentin Martin. I have a little brother who lives out in the Pittsburgh area. His son plays for North Catholic. They've seen and they actually went and watched the Belle Vernon game. They have a junior running back named Quentin Martin, who he has heard out there has already been offered like by three big. Am I allowed to say the schools without getting them in trouble? Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan are just three of the names that my brother's heard about. He's good. He's fast. He's athletic. and he's only a junior too. So, but
He definitely caught your other brother's eye too, because
Yeah.
when I was at the turkey trot, John Franco was talking to me about how skilled this kid is. But Central has seen some skilled kids. Landon Alexander
Yeah.
that they played last year
Central
against
Valley.
Central Valley. He was the dominant player. He was the player of the year. He led them to the state championship, and Central was in a position to tie that game at the end of the game.
35-21 was
Yeah.
the final, but it was 28-21. Yes,
right.
late.
And they had a 4th and goal, I think, that got intercepted. Like, they had a chance to win that game, and if they win that game, maybe they win the state championship. So they've gone against elite running backs before, and we know how elite the Central team is as well, because nobody has had a season like Eli Lingenfelder in the state of Pennsylvania with now 27 touchdown catches. He's just dominating the mirror stats and the receiving. The kid has 95 catches. Only 5 more catches for a 100-catch season, which is a huge number in the NFL, and they play 17 games.
And he's done it in 14 games. Yeah. Andy, I want to ask you, the fact is that all these kids that are going to be there Friday night, a majority of them were on that team last year. Yeah. How big of a deal is that now Belle Vernon, I don't know what they did last year, but I don't know if they made it to basically they're in the West. Central's in the old school. They're in the Western semifinals.
Right.
These Central kids, they're not like going to be, oh man, this is. Yeah, that's got to be a big deal. That's got to be.
I'm sure, and for the last few weeks, I mean, they've been seeing some of the best of the best. I mean, Gary Herald 2 weeks ago, Grove City had some quality players, from what I hear. I think they can't be in awe of this running back that we keep hearing so much about. I think they just need to go out and play the game. I'm sure they know he's good, but it doesn't matter. You know what? They have another good guy playing a quarterback for Central, so this is why they line it up, honestly.
How big of a deal is it this game's at Central Cambria?
I was just going to say that.
Mike and I, we just know each other.
This is another advantage for Central. This is a place that they've played. This is in their own conference. They're going to feel comfortable there. And let's take a moment to say, hey, Central Cambria is hosting a state semifinal game. Like, that's a nice get for them, how they've upgraded their facilities there, and they've turned it into a really nice complex up there, where now they're hosting state playoff games in baseball and in football. They've really made that a nice sports complex up there.
And last year, Harrisburg played their first round state against Cathedral Prep up there. I mean, the concession stands were, the press box was nice. The fans were, the only thing bad about it is that Harrisburg got dusted that night. But I hadn't seen that field in forever. Last time I saw it was when it was just grass, but the field's gorgeous. And the fact is, you got to agree, the entire Cove will be at that game.
Oh, absolutely.
Friday. The Cove is going to be shut down Friday night.
Yeah.
So if you want to get anything to eat, get it before you leave for the game. But I got to think, I know people think it's because it's a WPIAL school, but WPIAL schools do fall sometimes. And we certainly saw what the State College did last week.
It's an easy trip down Route 22. So what would that be? About an hour and a half or so, maybe. Compared to 20 minutes though, too. Maybe the PIAA did throw Central a little bit of a bone after traveling all the way to Grove City last week.
2 years ago. And maybe it was foreshadowed a little bit, because actually in the game against Grove City last week, the play-by-play announcer, PA guy, he accidentally called Central Cambria, so maybe he was just referring to where the game was going to be the next week.
Central Cambria people were probably like, hey. We'll take that first round. Our next game we're going to talk about briefly, because they're a District 6 school that people are familiar with. It's, first of all, I'm going to say real quick, Central is Friday night, 7 o'clock. This game next, State College Harrisburg, is Saturday afternoon.
At 1 o'clock at Mansion
Park. And it's against Harrisburg, which they played, and which State College already defeated. Now, are you sitting there thinking, State College already beat them? How do they not be overconfident?
State College beat them 20-6. They scored a late touchdown in that game. I think it was a one-score game. And hey, this is State College's big opportunity, because they made it to the state semifinals last year, but they did not do too well against Mount Lebanon. They're already past that WPIAL hurdle this year, playing against a team that they're comfortable against. They actually beat Harrisburg at Harrisburg. So, this is a great opportunity for them to make a statement, and it's just been a really special year for State College. Undefeated ever since you go back to the beginning of the season when they went all the way out to near Philadelphia there and won that game.
Was it
they scored a touchdown late and decided to go for two and got it, and they won that game. And since they proved that they can win that kind of game, they've just kind of rode that momentum. They had a little bit of a bump in the road there with Altoona. Playing them close a little bit there, and then the McDowell game being much closer than I think any of us thought it would be. But hey, here's State College with a chance to represent District 6 in the 6A state championship, which would be pretty impressive if they can win this game.
And did you not, was that you that covered the State College Altoona game?
Oh, that was Dan. I did the game before that. I did Altoona and Mifflin County.
Okay, just because I'm curious, because State College, I mean, they're always good, but this seems like this could be a really special team for them, special season for them, and they have close enough. They should get enough. They should have more fans, I would think, than Harrisburg's going to have.
Yeah.
Hey, if Central does make it to the state championship, I think we need a helmet.
Oh,
somebody out in the Cove. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Albright, one of the assistant coaches who would have access to stuff, could get us. I don't look. I'm basically calling Jerry out. You could get us a helmet. I don't want you to sneak it behind Mr. Baker's head or anything, anybody out there, the athletic director. But yeah, we should have a helmet. If we're here next week, we need a helmet. Because that's all we have here, we got to wrap up there. Mike, do we have a
stat of the week?
Stat of the week?
Yes.
Here we go. Mike's stat of the week. Stat of the week. Stat of the week.
So my stat of the week is that Jeff Hohenstein only needs 32 yards passing in this game to have 10,000 passing yards for his 4-year high school career. Pretty impressive number. He's already got plenty of state records, and to have 10,000 passing yards in 4 years, and he didn't even start. He shared as a freshman the quarterback
with Braden Kidd, I believe.
Yes, he did not play as quarterback the whole season that year. So to have 10,000 yards, I mean, there are probably conferences out there that have not had 10,000.
Think of some of the Pennsylvania quarterbacks you've had here, like Dan Marino, Matt Ryan outside of Philadelphia. Matt Ryan went to one of the Catholic schools outside of Philadelphia. Did not get those numbers. And then again, people will sit there and say, Jeff, he throws the ball. Everybody knows that Jeff Hohenstein throws the ball, and he still passed for those yards. That's how anytime anybody will sit there and say, well, that's all he does. Well, then stop him. You know what he does.
Yeah.
But why don't you stop him? But anyways, Andy, now over your Stein's line for maybe the last time, maybe not.
Maybe it's hard to say. If we have a next week's episode, I don't know who's going to be the Stein's line because I'm running out of lines right now.
Short steps. Short steps are better than long steps.
But we do have the Central defensive line. That was a very good effort by them last week. They held Grove City to 65 rushing yards. Score was 35-7. Defensive tackle Sawyer Howard, Wyatt Holsinger, Caden Shank, and the defensive ends are Jason Clark, Cade Rule, Caden Fisher. Good luck Friday, guys.
And Clark, I saw Clark against BG. He's a beast for defensive.
So
he was.
Cambria,
And again, this will make Mike sad because this possibly could be our last cool name segment.
I wanna know what's the name of the game.
But here it goes anyways. From Belle Vernon, this one I absolutely love this name. I hope we spell right. Dubray Lightfoot. He's a running back, linebacker DB from Belle Vernon. Dubray Lightfoot. And then from Harrisburg, I just love this last name, but it's a cool name. He's a running back, cornerback, he's a senior. Amir Grandberry. Amir Grandberry. So I like that.
What if there was a girl that went to Belle Vernon named Belle Vernon?
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, because Belle's that was real big after the
he sounds like
Disney movie.
He sounds like he should make his own cereal, though.
Dubray Lightfoot. I actually think he should become like a singer. I just think that'd be great. Dubray Lightfoot. But that'll do it for, I bet you this will be our shortest show we've ever done, as our director, Dan Eisberg, is shaking his head behind the camera over there. But for Mike Boydham, for Andy Stein, for Scott Franco, maybe this is our last show, maybe it isn't, but if it is, we appreciate everybody's watched this year. We saw the likes. These guys, and Dan explained to me the likes and the number and stuff like that. And I'm becoming very technical now. I can tell my sons, look how many people like us.
You're the next PewDiePie.
Yeah, well, see, I don't even know what that means, but it's probably something.
You're going to become
technical.
social media influencers instead.
That's it. That could be me.
Instead of
that could
sports
be
writers.
me. I'll be telling old people, get a tablet, get a phone, watch our show.
Look for our show next year on TikTok.
There we
There
go.
we go. Snapchat.
There we go. Oh, see, now you guys are getting too
Yeah.
big for me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.